Sanibonani. Hi guys, welcome to Heart to Heart with Noah. This is your girl Radmane Tanja and back with yet another fabulous episode. Oh guys, I miss you so much, Lord. So I think I owe you guys an explanation as to where I have been, right? So first of all, let me just do some house rules. Welcome to everyone who's visiting us for the very first time. I am Newa, aka Mrs. Rad, and I am the facilitator of Heart to Heart with Newa Girl. So, I just want to say to you guys, if you'd like to be part of our little family, our small, loving family, please hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that every time we upload, you get notified and you stay in the loop of what is going on. So, to everyone else that has been with us, I want to say welcome back. I mean, you guys should be welcoming me back instead. But anyway, guys, since I lost, I shot the last episode with Mr. Red. I've been struggling to come up with content. Like the content that I had lined up for you guys just didn't seem like it was good enough, you know, because of the love that you guys showed us. Oh my God, thank you guys so much for showing us that love. And Mr. Red definitely felt it too, you know. He said I should just extend my gratitude to you guys, and he is definitely looking forward to coming back. So yeah, I'm gonna try and plan something for Mr. Reds and I so that we can come back, and for that, please just keep an eye on the socials or on my socials. So if you're not following me already, please follow me on Instagram at Mrs._Reds_. I'll also just put it down in the description box below, guys. Can you tell, or I haven't been here for a while though, because wow, I keep on biting my tongue every time I talk. But anyway, guys, I just thought today we should have like a brief catch-up session, and also I should tell you guys how planning my wedding was like. So like I said, I was failing on coming up with content, and then I also fell sick, guys. I had the flu that was going around, and it was so bad it even got passed on to our little babaki, and he was so sick, it was so bad that I could not function. And then after that, Mr. Reds gets sick. Like, it wasn't bad enough, so we all had something, and it was so bad that I just had to give my full attention to my family, and also to myself. And I've also been working on growing the business that I had. So I was working on that, and also I was working on launching my new company, and that has been done. And I thought, why not come back and catch up with my little hearties, my little lovers, you know. And yeah, so that is why I am back. So without any further ado, I will now start with the actual part of the video. So guys, planning a wedding is not child's play. Hey, it's very stressful, it's very hectic, and I feel like the mistake that people usually make is when they say they are planning a small wedding, so it won't be a big deal. Guys, there is no big event, there is no small event, there's no such thing as a small event. Every event is big, and every event needs you to show up and, you know, to deliver. So when I was planning my wedding, the idea was to have a very small, intimate wedding. I don't even know if I should keep calling it a wedding, because we just wanted to do a celebration. Basically, for me, my partner and I, we just wanted to be prayed for by the pastor. The other things were for people, like, it was just because, but like our parents, our family, what church, but for us, we just wanted to be under the covering of God and to know our pastor has laid hands on us as a couple, which we could have just gone and done at our pastor's house. But anyway, we're here now. So yeah. And then when I decided to do, okay, fine, we're actually gonna have an event, I thought, okay, how about a 50 to 70 guest event? And it then grew to how about 70 to 100, or how about 150? And so we just stayed at 150. So 150, I think 100 was the number of guests that we were planning on having. But you know, with village weddings, there's always surprise guests, so it's always gonna be double the number of people you've planned for, or triple the number of people that you have planned for, because you can't really close the gate for people, or they mustn't come in and stuff. So I just planned, well, the decor will be 100 people, and then I'll cook food for as many people as I can cater for, which I think then I said 200 or 250. I don't remember, but I didn't really want a big thing. Now, I had started planning for my wedding like any other girl since I was like in high school or something like that, but obviously it didn't turn out the way that I had planned all along, because I had planned this big ball and whatever, but it didn't turn out the way that I had initially planned. But I have to say, well, for what I had now envisioned, I loved most of it. So if I was to give a tip for someone who's planning on starting on planning a wedding, I would say, or start planning as soon as you can start planning. So one of the things that happened with Mr. Rez and I is that we were not so much into this like event thing anymore, so it took us time to actually decide on whether we want an event or not. But we knew that we wanted to get married in December. So when we finally did decide, it was like 2 months before, 3 months before, and I had to tell bridesmaids, I had to find service providers, and it was really so much hassle, because as much as I had been planning the wedding, it was most likely, oh, I'm gonna wear this fabulous dress, this nice shoes, and honestly, it's deeper than that. You know, you're wearing a fabulous dress. Where are you getting the dress from? Are you designing the dress? Are you hiring the dress? You know, there were so many things that I had to think about that I never really thought, or I had to actually think about. So I would say start planning as soon as you can. Once you're engaged, start looking at service providers that you would love to use for your wedding. Start asking around. Get friends to help you. That is my second tip. Get friends to help you with planning all those things. Don't think, or you can do everything by yourself, guys. I made that mistake. I thought, or I had everything under control. I didn't really ask for referrals of people, but I have to say, my friend was my spillion, guys. My best friend was my spillion. Shout out to Andy. She did most of the work. Like, she was looking for designers, she was busy looking for decor people. She planned most of my wedding, guys. And I'm really, really, really grateful. And at that point, she was doing it, and she was doing it as if it's her own. So I'm really grateful to her. So yeah, get people, get hands, get people that will help you when you are planning the wedding, because you can't do everything by yourself. And ask, there are people that know better than you do. So ask people, ask them, do you know people that do 1, 2, 3, 4? Do you know people that do 1, 2, 3, 4? You never know where you can save money, Guys, the best thing you can do for yourself is having a good support structure. I feel like not having my mom there was not a nice thing. Like, it wasn't a good thing at all, and I feel like I really needed my mom to be around. So I had my aunts who were very, very nice and very brilliant, and they showed up, filled in the gap where my mom wasn't, but I really did feel her absence. I had my friends who showed up when they had to, and yeah, but I realized already having a support structure is very crucial. And also, you two as the bride and the groom being united in that whole process is very crucial. I noticed that is a period wherein it can make or break a couple. So you might find yourself fighting. I mean, there's a lot involved. There's finances. There's so many decisions to make. And at the end of the day, the big day belongs to the two of you. Although they say that the day is for the bride, but the day is for the both of you, and you want to make sure that all of you actually enjoy the day. You want to make sure that all of you are happy with what the day turns out to be, and in the long run, because you only get married once. But if you're like Mrs. Raz and are planning on having another wedding, you can always get married again. Another thing that I would say, this is coming off of the top of my head, guys, like I didn't really think I should write anything down. So if you hear me blabbing, if you hear me saying something and repeating something else, then just know, guys, this is like totally off of the top of my head. Another thing, I learned when I was planning my wedding, guys, when it came to bridesmaids. Let me tell you a little story. So I think last year one of my friends got married. She's someone that I was really, really close to, or I'm really, really close to, right? When she got married, I was so pressed because I was in a bridesmaid. So she got married first on a traditional wedding. She had a traditional wedding, like a small intimate traditional wedding, since there was strict COVID regulations, and I was there. If you're a vendor, you know, or there's something that we call Orosha. So that's when maidens come and sort of like, I don't know how to explain it, but they rosha. They rosha for the in-laws that are coming. They are the ones that serve them food, and they're part of the girls that you cover up, and the in-laws will choose which one is their bride. So I was part of those girls. So that's like a bridesmaid of some sort, I think, in the vendor culture. So yeah, I mean, I used my some of my bridesmaids when my husband came to Lobola. So yeah, I think that's how it's done. But traditionally, it's supposed to be your younger sisters or the girls in the family. So I was pressed because she didn't choose me to be a bridesmaid in her white wedding. And I did not understand why, because I felt like, girl, we close, and why? And I found out already the wedding had been, I mean, we had been planning our wedding for a while. And in terms, when I say planning, I mean in terms of like discussing, or this is what's gonna happen, when it will be, and stuff like that. And when she finally decides on the date, she didn't really tell me, which she didn't have to. And I got an invite for a bachelorette before I got an invite for her wedding. And I was like, what the? I knew then, or I wasn't a bridesmaid when that happened. And I felt pressed. I felt, somehow I felt entitled, which was wrong, to be a bridesmaid. And yeah, I was mad for quite a long time. I was mad. But I ended up going to her wedding, and it was a very beautiful wedding. And I never really spoke to her about it. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna confront her. And it just ended up dying down. So when time came for me to choose my bridesmaid, I then chose 6 girls that I felt already deserved, or were close to me and deserved to be part of my bridesmaids. And I feel like that was the worst mistake ever. hear me out. So I think the mistake that I made was that I felt that every friend that I have has to be a bridesmaid. And I don't think that's what a bridesmaid should be. And I think that's something that my other friend knew that I did not understand, or that she understood well. So bridesmaids, I feel now, that should be people that or are willing to show up for you at any given moment, people that have been there with you, and or they won't budge. Guys, I think I had so many problems with bridesmaids because they simply just didn't get my vision, if I can put it that way. Or there was just a lot of pulling back. There was just a lot of you can't tell us what to do, like things like that. And that really made me feel sad. And if I was to go back now and choose bridesmaids, I feel like I wouldn't have as many bridesmaids as I had originally chosen. I probably would have had like a maid of honor and 2 bridesmaids, and that would be it. And that is also not because the others, I feel, already don't really deserve to be there, but also to keep the size smaller. It's easier to talk to 3 people and to tell them what you want to do, and to help out where you feel you need to help out. Because my understanding is that when you have bridesmaids, you don't necessarily have to do everything for them. So there are people that would be willing to contribute into making a big day a beautiful day. And I know some people don't believe in that, but for me, I felt like, for my friends, I'm the type of person that if you make me a bridesmaid, I'm gonna go out of my way to make sure that your day is beautiful, and I'll try not to ask anything from you, right? So yeah, that is something that if I had to go back again and redo, I'd probably do in that manner. Guys, have a set budget. Have a set budget. It's so easy to go overboard. It's so easy to overspend what you have not planned on spending. And I'm so grateful for my husband, you guys, because he was there to keep the leash on me. I mean, sometimes I did do certain things that we did not agree upon, but that is because he did not understand the vision, okay? He did not understand the vision sometimes, so I had to show him, okay, this is the vision, and it turned out quite well. But my advice is listen to your husband, because he'll help you save money. So yeah, keep to a strict budget. And often at times I felt the pressure to go over budget, like when we were doing groceries and stuff like that. Like, there would come a time where maybe my aunts need this and that. By the way, we did self-catering. Hey, by that I mean, we cooked at home. Yeah, that's what I mean. We cooked at home, and that was so stressful. If you can get catering, please get catering. Because first of all, I felt like I was putting a lot of weight on my aunts, because they had to do the cooking and they didn't have the help. And obviously, as the bride, they felt like they couldn't really come and ask me to. They felt like when I wanted to offer my help, they felt like, no, I shouldn't be doing anything on that day, which, I simply would have been peeling the vegetables with them. But I put most of the weight on my aunt, and I didn't really feel good about that. So whenever we were shopping, sometimes, they'd feel the need to grab this, add more of this and that. And every time I had to come together with my husband and decide, do we need this? Like, do we need to add this or not? And most of the time, because my husband is very level-headed, and when it comes to finances, he's very he would say no, then I'd come back and say no. And obviously there'd be that thing of, no, but we need it, blah, 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 blah. And I'd feel the need to want to swipe sometimes. But I'm so glad, or most of the time, I actually did not, because guys, I realized, Uri, all those things are just for people, they're just for show. Like, no, it's just 3 hours of the day. I don't really have to go broke over it. And if someone does not get food, it's their problem. Like, it's fine, it's okay. You know, I've that's something that my husband taught me. Uri, you provided food. If someone shorted, they shorted. Because try to understand this, the type of wedding that we had, most people were not even invited, they just showed up. So why should it be my problem that you showed up at a wedding that you were not invited to and the food runs out? The problem would be now when the people that we invited, our families, our friends, our colleagues, and our sisters and brothers from church now don't get food because someone that wasn't invited now chows their plate. So yeah, the problem gets there. But I felt, you know what, whatever happens at the kitchen happens at the kitchen. Like, I shouldn't even be stressed about that. Like, I have way better things to be stressed about. So yeah, I'd advise, or you get catering, yeah, if you can. That would be really helpful. Now, and another thing that I'd probably go back and do properly would be to plan properly, guys. I think I've mentioned it like as my first point, but I'd probably go back and just do more research about my service providers, guys. I had 2 DJs that showed up on the day, and I feel like it was unnecessary expense. I rented out screens that were supposed to be playing out a slideshow, the program and stuff like that, and the screens were just black on the day. I did not do my cake on time. The cake had to be fetched in the morning because I only remembered the cake when I was only doing my hair in the morning. I had my hair done and it was so painful because I really didn't like research on who should do my hair properly. I then ended up switching on my beautiful maid of honor that I am finally admitting on camera I should have listened to. I switched up on her and went with a different hairstylist, and now I have like a bold patch on my head because I didn't listen to my best friend. So the pondo I had pulled my hair so much that I lost hair. But anyway, that's fine. And the program director just seemed lost because I sent the program in the very hour that we're supposed to start, like 10 minutes before we're supposed to start. We didn't cut the cake because I forgot that there's toasting. Guys, my vows were I didn't write my vows down because I felt like I wanted to speak from the heart. Worst mistake ever. So guys, there's so many lessons there like that you can learn, and I feel like this is just a mini venting session. But yeah, there are so many lessons that you can learn from me. Write your vows down. Not that I spoke badly, but I would have loved to pour out my heart a bit better, you know. I would have loved to pour out my heart a bit better. But nonetheless, my wedding was beautiful. If there is something that stuck with me, is what one of my sisters at church told me when I was busy panicking at the very last moment. She said to me, this is your day and you need to make sure that you remember the day and you feel happy about it. So I was panicking because we were late and people were not sitting. Like, it was just a lot. I could hear that outside people had not started with the program, and it was making me a bit nervous. So I started to panic. I started to shout and stuff like that. And when she told me that, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this. And guys, the moment I took that decision, I feel like I'd made the best decision ever, not only for myself but also for my husband and my family, because now I was busy shouting at people and it was, excuse me, it was so unnecessary, you know. I then just took in that moment, and yeah, it was beautiful, and I would love to do it again. Hopefully Mr. Reds will allow me to do it again, and this time I'll be wearing my Cinderella ball gown and it won't just be like a traditional event. That's pretty much what I can share with you guys, or what I can remember, because I didn't write anything down. And enjoy, man, enjoy yourself, enjoy yourself. That is your day, because I was crying most of the time, but it's because of the tears of joy. But enjoy, man, have fun, dance, like scream, cry, laugh, like loosen up. Those are just but a few hours, but you're gonna remember those hours for the rest of your life. But you're not gonna remember most of it, honestly speaking. You're not gonna remember most of it. You know what, guys? Go to all my face. Go sign. Go sign. Honestly, go sign. You don't have to have a wedding, but if you want to, then you can just follow my advice. But you don't. Nah, I don't know. If I'm to get married again, it's because someone paid, or I really have the money to do it, and I don't know what else to do with that money. But I'm gonna have another wedding, but I'm not gonna pay for it. Yeah. Also, guys, don't make your own wedding dress. And if you are gonna go that route, please, like, do it months prior. Like, start on the dress months prior, not 2 days before the wedding, because you're gonna be stressed so much. And also, make sure that your bridesmaids go to all the fittings that they have to go to, and make sure that you see the garments that everyone is gonna wear, and you are pleased with the garments, and the girls are also pleased with the garments, because I had someone sewing garments, and the person was in Venda, very brilliant designer, but I felt like I limited her, because I sent her some of the girls' measurements and she didn't actually measure the girls, so it was so hard for her to execute the vision that I have, because I'm communicating with her via the phone. Sorry, guys, I still have a bit of symptoms. So yeah, I had to communicate with her via the phone, and I just gave her measurements that I did for her, which I feel like was a very, very bad idea. Yeah, and don't do your dress. That's all I'm saying. But anyways, guys, from my heart to yours, it's all love, and thank you so much for watching me blab.